Welcome to the Crust. My name is Nilaus, and this is the first video in a hopefully long series on this just released game, the Crust. So what is the Crust? Well, according to their Steam description, it says automate a lunar base as you become the savior of humanity exploring the future on the moon. Mine, craft and research and trade resources with the Earth in this gripping narrative base builder. So the Crust is a game that I've been looking very much forward to. It's a Kickstarter build, and there was a demo some time ago, and now it's finally out in early access. It is a colony and factory builder with a story-driven campaign, so that's a perfect way to spend the summer. If you're interested in seeing more of this, remember you hit the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel for more of stuff like this, and of course I'll also be streaming it on Twitch starting tonight, so join on twitch.tv/Nilaus. Let's dive into the game.
Mayor Tranquilitatis Logistics to incoming transition. Please state your intentions. Over.
Alice to MT Logistics. We have received clearance and hold a signed contract with Mr. Holloway for our mining operations in this designated sector. We're here to commence our activities as scheduled. Over.
MT Logistics to Alice. We weren't informed of your early arrival. We've just finished building the elevator for your drones to access the underground facilities. At the moment, all the electricity is being used to charge the batteries as we prepare for night. We can't route power to the elevator right now. I suggest you keep your mining buddies in orbit for the next 2 weeks while we wait for the sun to come up, sweetheart.
And we are here in the game, and let's look around. We have a starting base here, and all of this will kind of be made clear. What we need to do is we land the cargo pods. They will contain items or materials for us for production. They will also contain some worker drones, 8 worker drones that we can use for building stuff. And our first objective, I'll be skipping a lot of the dialogue. I like the dialogue, but it's a little bit verbose, and I'll be sort of talking over what it is, because a lot of it is like this how to place buildings. We can figure that out, and I'll show you. So we built some solar panels here. They tell us to build 4 of those. That sounds good. So we'll start by making 4 solar panels. Interestingly enough, what you can see here is that this is our resources. We just got a drop pod with all the resources in. And resources have to be brought by the little drones into the construction part, and once it's done, 4 drones can be attached to actually build it. And, well, why are they not building it? They should be building it. There we go. They're bringing more stuff in here, and this one should also be built. And then they'll build all these 4, and we can proceed. And now the 4th one is getting built, and we can't really do much with solar panels without also building some batteries. So let's build some batteries next to it. They are going to be over here. Great placement. Oh my god, that's horrible placement. Let's kill these 2 and try again. Batteries there and there. And then after that, we're going to be asked to wire them up. Oh, let's do hold shift. Then they kind of click all through. Oh, that's not good. This one needs to go. And the wire tool. There's a really cool feature here that you can hold it down and you can select the different kind of tools. Unfortunately, we don't have the wire tool yet because we're gonna get that as the next mission, but whatever, we'll get it. The next one is the drone charging station. Nope, that's not it. Drone charging station there, which will just allow the drones to be charging, because they do have, you can see the little green bar here, the battery bar, and at some point they're gonna run out and need to come back and be charged. And then we're now building the charging station, and with that we're going to be asked to hook them all up with, there we go, and they're not connected. So we're going to be using this tool and holding shifts to collect many of them, and there, and that one goes in.
Up and running,
that one
let's get down to business.
Switch
to the underground level by pressing tab.
So here is a cool thing. On top we have solar panels, obviously. But underground we do all of our mining and probably all of our production as well. First thing we need to do is get some mining drones, and we get mining drones by converting some of our existing cargo drones into mining drones. Here they come. And I will be using this tool to go into the wire tool. There we go. And hook up, and this one hook up here. So that's also being connected. Down here we have various different things. We have some deposits, and then we sort of have all the walls around here that we can also just excavate. There's no sort of fear of collapsing or anything like that, so it's all good. And then we just get the last 3, 1, 2, and 3. There we go, and then we can start the construction. Once we do that, we can convert some drones into mining drones, and then we can start the work on the mining.
Now
Here we
wire
go.
it to the elevator to power
That's
the
already
button.
done. Wiring is done, and then we convert
Pardon my curiosity.
5 of
The
them.
drone Now let's have the...
There. So the next thing we want to do is we want to start mining. I want to start mining out this area here and just highlight all of it, and then they start mining it. Then as I let go, then if I start mining again, then it'll be a different color, which I think is pretty cool idea. And that'll be sort of lower priority, and basically like the orange, then the yellow one, and then this area here is going to be the next one I want. There we go. And then that'll sort of figure itself out in terms of priority. Here we go. Regolith is completed. We've mined 50 regolith, and oh no, bad stuff is happening.
From everywhere. Director,
Let's
the
have a look.
alert
What's
system
happening?
isn't malfunctioning. We have to check.
This is an emergency broadcast. We have detected an imminent asteroid collision with the moon's surface. We are currently assessing the extent of the damage and the number of casualties. At this moment, our teams are working tirelessly to restore communication with lunar outposts. For those still on the moon, be aware that we are mobilizing all available resources to assist you. Conserve your energy and ration your supplies until further notice. Additional information will be provided as the situation unfolds. Stay tuned for updates. Over and out.
I repeat, Crust has declared a state of emergency of the first degree. Commercial shipments and cargo landings are prohibited. All complexes, resources, and facilities on the moon are now under Crust control. All remaining facilities should switch to emergency frequency and report their status. Conserve energy and resources, and await further instructions.
There we go. We have now landed here. So bad stuff has
Director,
happened.
can you hear
Everything
me?
has been blown up.
We're receiving reports that a meteorite collided with the moon and the state of emergency has been declared. Director, confirm you're on the line right now.
Yeah, I'm on the
Done it
line.
more quickly and
No, I
spared me
couldn't.
the worry. Director, there's still no signal from the personnel of the base. I'll try again, but my hope is dwindling. Robert, come in. There appear to be no survivors. I'm glad you were on the orbital station when the collision happened. We should try to hold out until logistics with Earth are restored. Start with electricity. We still have resources and functional drones. That should be enough for a few solar panels and batteries.
There we go. So we are building 5 solar panels and 5 batteries. I just got a little bit of a head start.
The meteorite impact occurred on the far side of the moon. We're lucky it happened so far away from our mission. But the strength of the blast wave raises a lot of questions.
Is that all the head of the research department can say? Somewhere far away there was an explosion and we don't know the cause?
Pretty much.
Scientists are working with proven facts, not speculating on fragmentary evidence. Much more data would be needed to reach the conclusions.
We have electricity, but our resource reserves are almost depleted.
Repair the
We need
elevator,
to restore
connect,
production
and build a
as soon
charging
as
station.
possible. Let's start with
There we go.
preparing the elevator to gain access, then
There we
build
go.
a charging station for...
Already done. And now we can go underground in a little bit, I guess. Here we're charging, and this one is built. Yes. Okay.
Director, we're getting word of supply shortages from almost everywhere on Earth. The explosion cut off most of the supply channels from the moon. Millions of people are in need of resources, and we can satisfy that demand. Supplies used to run through the contract system, but it came to a complete halt after the explosion. We might be able to fix that.
The explosion destroyed everything on the surface, but there may still be mining modules underground. We need to go down and see what we have left.
Alright, so let's see what we got underground. And we can
Director,
just...
we need to...
Oh, see, there was a pop-up of something here that we kind of missed because of the tutorial thing here. Let's hook that up so that
That's
is now
better.
connected.
I see. Director, I have an idea.
The drone recon...
And then we kind of have to redo the same thing, so we convert 5 drones here. Now we can see we have this pressing module which converts from here. We can store regolith. Regolith is just like moon rock, and once the moon rock is converted, then it'll be pressed 10 to 2 in 1 minute in here.
Furnaces. Director, we have access to...
Okay, so we have access to iron veins here.
Enter excavation mode.
Oh my god, it's kind of a little bit... Okay, so we're gonna get one of these and one there. So we assign one drone to each of these, and then we're gonna be starting the construction or deconstruction of this part again. There we go, clearing this part here between them. Seems like a good starting, and then clearing this part would also be a good place to go next. And then maybe this part over here would be a great third priority location for mining. And there we go, we can make mining drones. So let me explain something that was, at least to me, a little bit weird about this game in the beginning. So regolith here is, like this regolith we find here is just, it comes out as regolith, and it will then be sort of consisting of, you can see here, slag, silicon, aluminium, titanium, and iron. So you could process 1 or 100 of these, and then you could process them into 5% iron or 3% aluminium. Not much, but there are like these veins here, silicon vein, which has a really high yield of silicon. It gives us 46%, and over here we have another one that's an iron vein, which is 52% iron. So that means a lot more of what we mine out here is actually a pure resource, and that's the stuff that we're mining, setting our resources or our here. So they don't extract the regolith from this location, they actually extract at a 40% extraction rate the silicon, and that's what they bring over. The other stuff that they extract is just going to be lying here on the ground. That's just kind of, I think that's how it is. You can see these are working. This one, silicon, is working. This one is kind of getting a little bit. We also see, oh, the steel is actually going well. So that's steel should have 1 and silicon should have 2. Why is not the second one is assigned yet? Yeah, no. Okay, so there should be 2 mining up here and 1 mining over here, because we need to build up our silicon up to 20.
Director, you can never
There we go. We have now completed the quota for iron and for steel and for silicon, but not for regolith. Now we want to make more smart concrete, and I can then just unassign you. There, oh, there we go. I need 1 assigned for each, and then we'll have 3 just mining this, because raw regolith mined from just excavating here will go in here and then become turned into regolith. And we needed 35, and this one can store 36, so that should be fine.
Director, here's the latest news regarding contracts. To resume shipments to Earth, we'll need to restore communication and significantly expand production. If we manage this in the near term, I'll negotiate an extremely lucrative contract with the aerospace company FASM. They've lost their supplier and are willing to pay generously for an urgent order. I'm still looking into the matter, but be prepared to devote all resources to this effort if you want to maximize the benefits. I'll return as soon as new information becomes available.
All right, Don Draper. We'll take a look at that contract thing once we are completed with the smart concrete. And that's just one of those ways where you can, I like the idea of contracts, that you can sort of pick up contracts, deliver raw materials, and get money. We'll have a lot of money here, but I have a feeling that it won't last forever, and we'll need to figure something else out. Lots of things up here that we don't know what's used for yet. I mean, we only found out the electricity is a plus. It's a little bit like we're in the middle of the day. If we could build some more electricity during the day and just get a little bit more in here, that would be really nice. How much do these cost, actually? I have no idea. How much do they cost? Something. Alright, well, that might be a bad idea, but I'm still gonna do it. Yeah, because I don't want to run out during the night. Although this is like the worst time to build it, right before nighttime. Whatever. The first one is getting built. Can I do that? Oh no, not you. I like this hot thing here. There we go. So that is actually adding now. How much do we got? We got, ooh, oh, right, nighttime. Nighttime has befallen us and we don't have anything. Oops. Well, it'll be ready for the next morning. There we go. We got enough smart concrete, and then we'll see what the next thing we want to do is. Oh, I also think we want to make more of of these batteries because they can only discharge at a certain rate. I don't even know what they can discharge
Director,
at.
we have a message
10.
on the emergency channel. I'll put it on the screen.
Attention. This is Arthur Moore, commander of the Hope 2 orbital station. The station has sustained severe damage from multiple collisions. We have lost key control modules. A hard moon landing will occur in the coming weeks. Request assistance from anyone who hears this message. All crew members are ordered to take shelter in Block 4. I repeat.
So Hope 2 is the orbital station hovering over the moon, and that seems to be deorbiting.
The
That
debris
sucks.
from the meteorite impact must have gotten Hope 2. I'm already contacting Crust to report it.
And let's build more batteries. Might be a little bit excessive, but on the other hand,
Director, my
There
name
we
is
go.
Clyde Draper, and I lead the Crust search and rescue operation. We are aware of the situation with Hope 2, and are already developing an evacuation plan. There's still a chance to restore resource mining and production at your facility, and it's in our mutual interest for you to assist us. We need a place to accommodate the rescued crew, and your base is the most suitable candidate for this. Crust will provide you with the necessary equipment and scientific resources to carry out the assigned tasks.
alright, so we need to rescue. We need to do contracts and we need to do some rescue.
With all due respect, Director, I do not share your doubts. People are in danger, and if it's in our power to help them, we must do so.
Oh, looks like we don't have resources. Not enough resources. I wonder what we're missing. It's the silicon, isn't it?
With all due respect, Alice, altruism has clouded your judgment. Crust is clearly asking for grant aid that we cannot afford right now. I suggest we focus on restoring production and resuming shipments to Earth, where resources are urgently needed right now. Also, I've negotiated a prepayment with FASM. We can use their funds if we start re-establishing the contract system now.
But all you care about is profit. If that's the case, think of the technology Crust will provide. It's worth as much as our base in its current state.
Do we pay a fair price for their technology? Don't forget, Director, by accepting Crust's offer, we will allow them to decide how our base is developed. We'll have to focus on the construction of the living quarters and postpone the expansion of high-tech manufacturing and investigation of the meteorite case.
Crust is going to accommodate the surviving Hope 2 crew members at your base in exchange for equipment and technologies for us to carry out a rescue mission. If you accept Crust's offer, you will lose access to the FASM contract, for which the corporation is willing to pay upfront.
Okay, so now we actually have a choice here. Do we want to focus on saving the people, getting some research, the 3 different types of research for 180 days, or do we want to focus on completing the first contract and get access to the contract system early? I don't think we could lock out all contract system. I think it's just a matter of getting contracts early. But I think we want to go help some people. It seems like the better option.
Good choice. You need to establish contact with the station, assist the commander with the evacuation, and then transport the team to your base. You should have living quarters suitable for sustaining life by then. Begin preparations for the construction of the living quarters immediately. It is a complex and resource-intensive structure, so maximize and optimize production so you're ready when survivors arrive. In summary, your main tasks are: contact the station and ensure the transport of the crew to your base. Construct a residential facility with life support systems. We will send a research plan and transportation for search and rescue operations shortly.
Alright, that seems like a major quest that we need to complete really soon. Except our base is kind of
just a
shitty.
couple of mining and processing modules. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to save the crew, but it'll be almost impossible in such a short amount of time. We definitely can't do it alone. I will send a request to colleagues and inform you when new information becomes available.
Indeed, the timing's not ideal. However, we still have the ability to break down the task and move towards our goal with small steps. First, we need to ramp up production. Living quarters will require a lot of resources. We have smelting furnaces, but we need extractors and refineries to extract oxides from mined regolith.
So here we go. We now get the
Director,
aftermath of the
Crust
disaster.
has handed us the research plan, and we're ready to begin. Research underground mining and place 2 extractors on the iron and silicon veins.
So the research tree is kind of interesting. Well, it is interesting. It's under fundamental research, which is generally blue. It's engineering, which is generally orange. And it's social, which is generally green. However, things will require multiple things. For example, automatic repair will require some fundamental research and some engineering. 1900 and 3200 as well. And you can see our income is only 100 engineering research. So anything that requires blue, we can't do. Anything that requires green, such as the living quarter, we can't do. The only thing we can do is getting any kind of thing that has is only orange. And you can see we get this one done, and I can just unselect it. So I'm going to get regolith mining, and I'm going to get that one, and that one. There we go. So those are the ones that we can get right now. Yes, none of these require anything beyond what we have. So we got the underground mining. Now we can set up the regolith mining here. And we're going to get a regolith extractor. The interesting thing about this is that it builds here, and then it
Don't forget that extractor.
it actually no longer the drones that were assigned here were extracting silicon, but now this is extracting regolith with a percentage constituent being silicon. So we need to actually refine it as well, because right now just by doing this. We actually, I don't think I want to do it like that, do I? I don't know. Regolith extractor. I'm going to do it that way. There. So it goes downwards. Then we lose our access to iron and then gain access to, I suppose, this part. Let's see. What about the mining operations? Here. Mining. Okay, so this part here can't be mined because it's hard rock. This is getting mined. That needs to be mined out. Oops. And how is it Oh, shoot, I removed all. Okay, never mind. Brush size 3.
Research
There.
complete.
Need this part, and then I need this part here as well. And I need that part is also super important. Good. All right, we got research complete. So now we're just knocking out the researches as we can. Here, we'll get that one. Nothing else. Build the excavator. Okay, we got the excavator, so now it's time for us to build power in here, that one, and that one, and in here. Then build the power from up this side, there, and in. Great. So we need to build the power poles as well. We built those two, and then we need to connect them to the network, which is going to be the next. Oof, we're not doing so great. We have 19 days remaining on until morning, and we see morning is coming over here, so we should be good on power. It's just that it looks like it's really low, but it's because our capacity is actually really high.
Mining. Now finish the research and build 2 regolith refineries for producing iron and silicon respectively.
Okay, so now we need to make regolith refineries, because this is producing just regolith, but the regolith is actually consisting of a high degree of silicon. So if we could take it into a silicon refinery, that would be nice. And that is a single unit thing refinery. And I'd like to build it right there, but someone hasn't removed all of the mining stuff yet. And I'd also like to build it down here, which isn't really happening yet. So let's go mine that first. Right, it's time for us to build the regolith refinery. We can build it here. Let me see. This is a flush 1, 2, and 3 in between, because that just seems nice. 1, 2, 3, and nope, miss, swing and a miss. We'll try it again. That one and single regolith. 1, 2, 3, and then this one says it's full. Yes, and this one is we don't have a lot of silicon.
Research complete.
And that's actually might be a problem, because we can't really make more silicon until we have this one built. That's interesting. And by interesting, I mean horrifying. There we go. We're now building the 2 regolith plants.
The single regolith refinery is a mono-refinery.
So it can only refine one thing, and this one will be refining the iron part because it's close to the iron. And this one will be refining the silicon, although of course it doesn't really make sense unless we can convict it with conveyor belts. So we need to make conveyor belts there, and they cost money. That's That's definitely not what I want to cancel. From here to there. Build. And from here to here. Build. So it means that now we don't want to be bringing them in by the cargo drones, but they are actually going to be brought in here. And we now see that what is coming in and what's going out. We can store up to 2k slag. That's a lot. Or we can store up to... oh, this makes the refinery. So we need to, from the refinery, actually convert it over to... from here into that one. Build. And from here into that one. Build.
Objective achieved.
That's not pretty, but it's something. And it gets in here. This can... oh, we need to go out of this mode.
Director, we managed to dispatch the research rover scout. It's essential for your next mission. Examine the satellite repeater and make contact with the Hope 2 crew. Mr. Ratchet will help you sort out the controls. You're free to use data that will help with the mission. Some of it will expedite the research. Professor Wilfrey knows what to do with it. However, remember that all ship logs, crew records, and other materials related to the incident are the property of Crust. Your company has no authority to examine this information.
Alright, that sounds shady, doesn't it?
Ratchet, have you heard the news? Crust put you in charge of the new toy. We don't have much time.
Not only did we lose almost all of our...
There we go. So we are going to be getting a explorer, a rover down here that we can use for exploring outside of our base, which is pretty cool. And why is this not... oh, it's not connected. Did I just disconnect? Yes, I just disconnected that. Oops. Okay, we got the objective. So we got the Horizon 6 rover.
Almost everything
Interesting.
has been modified. Only the hull is original.
Let's have a look at
There's
research.
serious hardware there. Even Crust doesn't have much like it. Send it off base and see what we can find with it.
There we go. We queue this one up because we want automatic repairs to be done as well. So we're going to be told to send it out of the base. So we'll set it out here. It goes out to a checkpoint and then it leaves the base. In the meantime, let's see. This is slowly recharging. And I had to deconstruct one solar panel and one of this to build our regular plant. But now it's fully automated. Fully automated. Yay. Slow belts, but whatever. It's coming in, and now there is a process. Do we know how much? It's producing 9.3 per minute. This one is consuming 9 per minute, so that's all good.
Objective achieved.
And this one is producing 10.4, and this is consuming 9. Something got broken, and we didn't need to click on the repair button. That's a little bit silly. That's why we want the automatic repair eventually. So we click on X, I think it was, to look at the overlay, and we can then go to this repeater, and we set up an expedition. So we have an expedition selected, and then we need to assign the rover to it, and then we can send it off. There we go. It has now been sent off. And then it'll go up there slowly.
Attention. This is First Vice President Alice Vance speaking. We have received equipment and coordinates and are beginning a rescue operation as per Crust directive. Our mission, to safely evacuate the crew of Hope 2 and get them back to base in one piece. By this time, habitable living quarters must be completed. Director, you need to send a rover to the repeater and contact the station crew. Professor Wilfrey, please request Crust life support technology. Ratchet, we're going to need a cargo truck for crew transport. Take care of it for us. Personnel on Earth to proceed under new directives issued by your immediate supervisor. Over and out.
Okay, so this will take some time, 12 days to get up there. And meantime, we need to find a solution to transport the people out there.
We cannot rely solely on Crust to deliver all
go.
the equipment. We need to prepare ourselves. We need a cargo truck to deliver the crew, and we need it now. Ratchet, any ideas?
We can try to fix this piece of scrap
There we
metal.
go.
It's a Pathfinder 3.
45
an
steel.
outdated
That's a
model.
lot. And 2
But it has
components.
increased maneuverability and payload capacity. Just what we need.
So here's the problem with that is we just don't have that. But maybe there is a way to do that because we actually have now an income here because the rover is generating blue income. So maybe, just maybe, we want to go for the salvage. I believe that this one is salvage. So if I deselect some of this and then click these two. 41 days. Are you kidding me? That's not a lot of progress. 41 days. Huh. So you can see the blue is pouring in here and the orange is pouring in here. And Then, because that's hovers, and then once it sort of fills up on the orange one, then the blue one continues, and then the orange one has to go somewhere else. And that's why we sort of continue to build stuff like this, which will just keep going on the orange ones. But in the meantime, we need to, because I want to salvage, we also need to store more, because if I need 45, then I can only store 32 here. And it seems to be in this game that you can't start the repair before you have all the resources available. So I have to get all the resources available. Oh, this one can't be stored here. Oh, that's a disaster, because that's hard mining. Then but we can build a storage location here. 1, 2, 3, I guess. Sure. And this one will select the resource, and that will be the steel part. Great. And then we'll build, let me use that context menu here. That one. From here to here. Build. Sweet. And then the slag will just accrue, and it's, no, it is not, doesn't have slag, but the slag is accruing up here, and we'll need to deal with it at some point, but not right now. Okay, so this got really in the way of what we wanted to build, so that was annoying. I'd like to build this here then. I can't build it there because that's part of, okay, so I'm gonna build it here, and I'm gonna build another one there, and this will be for the smart concrete, and this one will be for the silicon, and then we'll get some belts for it. There, belt goes from here to here, belt goes from here to here, build. Good. And these are now set to resource. Of course, we'll use a little bit of steel for this, but at least we get things in a box where they can store in vast quantities, so that's good. Module build needs repair. Yeah, we know that. That's kind of our problem.
Director, we've established communication with the station.
Okay, let's see what that is.
We didn't expect anyone to respond. The situation is critical. The station has suffered a lot of damage. The navigation system is down. Power and life support systems are failing. There are some wounded, but so far everyone's alive. Now that we have a signal from the surface, I'll try to keep the crew reassured. We'll activate the emergency beacon so you can pick us up after landing.
Okay, well, we have to postpone it though.
You're not ready to rescue us. Listen to me. You must make it happen. People's lives depend on your work. Our orbit is decaying. We can't change course. I'll reroute energy from Block 6 and 2 and try to delay the lunar landing as much as possible. Our lives are in your hands, Director. Hurry up.
Okay, chill. Politeness might become you if you want to save.
Director,
there we go.
Urgently need to build living quarters and get them out there. Professor, have we received the necessary technologies?
There we go. So now we can actually start working on living quarters, even though even though it's lower down. Then you can see the blue goes into the top, the orange goes into the top.
I consider it my duty to all available research is grouped in
yeah, okay, we got that. That's what I just explained, so don't... Let me explain it. Living quarters will now take the green ones. And that means we can actually research the living quarters, even though we probably can't build it, or really shouldn't be building it just yet. But we're just desperately working our way towards... I think this one is salvage. The reason why I want to salvage is because then we can start scrapping the entire base and get like monstrous amount of good resources. Module needs repair, that's the one. And oops, I think that it might be a good idea to wrap this one up here, the first episode, because, well, then we'll be going here, clear the construction zone. Research living quarter, clear construction zone. Okay, we already did that, so that's a lot of place here. Lots and lots of space that we've excavated. We just need to keep excavating here. Right, so I hope you enjoyed the first episode. Of course, it's not much of a factory game right now, but it'll be more factory-like as we process more minerals, and there's also titanium, and get them into more advanced products as we go down here. So that will be in the upcoming episodes. I'm also streaming it on Twitch tonight, so come by twitch.tv/Nilaus, and then we'll stream it there and learn and together. So also, yeah, if you liked it, hit the like button, consider subscribing, of course, and I'll see you guys in the next episode, which will be tomorrow. Until then, take care and stay effective.